Ladies and gents, boys and girls, Douglas Diggets, Monster Hunters if you will. Today we're playing Double Cross again, and we're going to be fighting the chaotic Gore Magala. Now I believe this will be the last monster we actually upload that isn't necessarily a deviant, so I just want to get all these random monsters out of the way, the ones that we missed before from cataloging. That's the only reason why I'm doing this short series again, just to get all the monsters put up on the channel, because it's kind of something I want to do. Now, today we're going to do something that I almost never ever do. Upload a video and it'd be the first hunt of the day and the first time you fight the monster. This is the first time you fighting this guy in this game, and truth be told, like, I told myself, yo, let's grind a little bit, learn a bit more about his tactics and everything, and then make a proper video. But I was like, bro, it's a fracking Maggie. Okay, I fought Maggie dozens of times before. Chaotic, Crazy Maggie is what I'm gonna call it. Crazy Maggie doesn't really have anything different. If you fought it in 4U, it's the same thing for the most part, and if you fought Maggie before, it's again the same thing. It's not really too different. It has a couple of tiny nuanced changes, but stuff that's so small that for the most part you won't even notice it. Like, he'll do double hand slams, or he'll do a hand slam into a tail sweep, or he'll do 2 fireballs into the fireball wall. You know, it's simple things. You know, it's just like, it's variations on things that he already has. It's nothing actually new. That being said, since it's one of my least favorite monsters of all time, that's why I'm not really going to that's why I really didn't fight him multiple times to actually get a good feel of him, because I really hate fighting this guy, and I just really want to get this video out. So for the most part, if you guys remember how to fight Maggie, it's kind of the same. However, because this is a video where I give you guys information, I will still give you information based on things that I've actually learned while fighting him today and previous. Now, Chaotic Magala, aka Crazy Maggie, still has the ability to afflict you with frenzy. If you don't know what frenzy is whenever you have this I guess this blackish blue thing on your body. It's like a virus, and there's a bar underneath your name, and if you're able to hit the monster enough times, you quote unquote beat the virus, and you get an affinity boost to your weapons. Now, if the virus consumes you, so to speak, you actually get an affinity, a negative affinity, so that you're doing, I guess, you know, less affinity obviously, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's kind of cool in some aspects, but in other aspects not really too much to really even worry about, but it's still a thing. You can shorten your time with the virus if you use no berries, or you can just restore it altogether if, oh wait, no, that was before you, never mind, whoopsie. But if you have no berries, take a no berry if the virus is getting too far ahead on you, and you'll be able to like calm it back down to a more manageable segment, allowing you to do more hits before it actually takes over your body and you get the negative effect. Its weakness is fire followed by dragon. Now honestly, you can just go in here with either fire or dragon. They're both pretty much the same. By the time you even get to this guy, you have fire and dragon. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's like end game. Okay, so that's that. Now his gear is a little bit different. His gear is actually pretty nice, I'll admit. His gear isn't the greatest out there, but it's fairly good. I'm not mad at it, not at all, not even a little bit. I would recommend the gear. Now, you do fight him in high rank and in G rank. Now in G rank, however, his gear is a lot better. Obviously, I mean, that's just kind of how the whole G rank thing goes. But in high rank, it's not like too totally bad, but it could, you know, it could kind of be a little bit better, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, you're not really losing too much. But regardless, let's get into it now. For G rank, let's start high rank, excuse me. High rank, you are looking at, no, G rank, excuse me, you're looking at brutality, which is weakness exploit and critical I2. I almost forgot there, sorry. Weakness exploit, critical I2, and you get 12 points into attack. You also get frenzy resistance, meaning that you're able to beat the frenzy easier, and it takes a little more for the frenzy to actually, you know, take hold of you, so to speak. But you have bad luck. Now that's not too bad. You have 5 slots, so you can actually gem in your attack medium, or if you have a really nice talisman, you can probably get you some attack large and gem out your negative to fates. To bad luck. I mean, overall the set's pretty good. Any set, in my opinion, that comes with a double, like a double, what's the word I'm looking for here? Any set that comes with an ability, a skill that has like 2-in-1, the 2-in-1 sets, those are good. I would recommend those quite heavily. It's just really nice. So on the whole, it's not really that bad. You can totally get away with using pretty much anything with it, say for anything that requires you to use like guard or things like that. Now its weapons are an interesting beast. His weapons are quite interesting to say the least. I will tell you as to why they're interesting. They don't have the highest attack. They tend to be sometimes. They have some pretty decent attack. The element isn't really all there, but the weird thing is that they initially have very low affinity. Now his weapons work like this. Its affinity will be low until you beat the frenzy. It's weird. So you have to be frenzied, beat the frenzy, and when you beat the frenzy, you get the frenzy bonus, and you get the super affinity bonus from your weapons. It's kind of awkward. A lot of people don't want to use it simply because you start off bad and then eventually become really good mid-fight. So it's kind of wishy-washy. It's tomato. You can run it if you want. Personally, I necessarily wouldn't run his weapons. I would just go with something a bit more straightforward and traditional, so where you get more consistent hits and things like that. But the weapons do look kind of cool. But honestly, that's pretty much it when it comes to this guy. He's really annoying to fight, especially for someone like me who doesn't really like fighting this guy at all. His armor is very good, I'll say. I personally, I will give his weapons a miss. They're cool, but for the most part, they're not as viable as one would think, because you start off with the negative and then you have to work your way into the positive, and that's not really, I mean, it's not hard to do. It's just something that you don't necessarily want to do consistently. So for the most part, just look at anybody else. Regular Maggie has better dragon weapons. I mean, Alatron is still very, very good when it comes to dragon weapons, in terms of not necessarily like attack so much, but the attack between these two, they're not too different. The element is there on the Alatron, and so is the sharpness, because the sharpness on his element, his weapons, Crazy Maga that is, they're not very, very good. But with that being said, everyone, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. I know this video was really, really short, but I wanted it to be so because I didn't want to really fight this guy for too long, and I just want to give you guys straight information. Also, I believe this is the last monster, the last regular monster that I will be making a video for. I lie, we have Fatalis and a couple other people, so I will fight Fatalis and those other guys, and then after that, we'll go into the Deviant thing. I already have work set starting for 2 of them, but I'm going to change it up a little bit more so that way it works a bit, flows a bit easier, and the videos aren't like stupid long. But I want them to still be the same kind of concept where I give you guys the full breakdown on how the Deviants work out. Anyway, it's been your boy, and as always, take care, may the desire for forever being your favorite, and all the good stuff.